Good morning, everyone. It's Dwayne Pinnell with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Belton, Missouri. And today I'm going to do a little bit different video in that I am going to drive a 2024 Newmar Dutch Star. This is a 4369, so about a 44-foot coach, 43 foot 10 inches actually. And we are on the Freightliner chassis in this particular coach. And I just wanted you to see some of the features in driving and just how easy it is to drive. With the comfort drive system, with the steering wheel, your smart wheel, everything's here in place. And we have a 450 horsepower in this coach, which is a Cummins engine. And again, it's 450 horsepower. This coach will have 15,000 pound tow capacity. The Dutch Star is available on two different chassis, either the Spartan chassis or the Freightliner like we're driving, which is the standard chassis. The Spartan would be an upgrade. So just wanted to get that idea of the feel of the drive while I'm driving it for you and pointing out some of the features. We have this nice digital dash display where we can maneuver through the menu on the coach, and you can see all your gauges. We have the steering effort, which is actually the comfort drive, your fuel economy. You have the mobile eye on this particular coach. In the front windshield, as you see right there, that's that little box. Of course, we have cruise control. We have all the vehicle settings in the coach, all your temperature gauge, your air gauges for your air systems and whatnot. We have the air brake. We have 3-stage engine brake, low, medium, and high, and a 6-speed Allison transmission. So we're starting out in our parking lot. We are going to take you out on the highway and then onto a little 2-lane road that's outside of our area here, just so you can see, even with this 44-foot coach, that you have a lot of ease in driving it. Simply with one hand on the steering wheel and the comfort drive at a low setting, so it takes away a lot of that tension in the steering wheel, I'm able to turn the coach, again, with one hand instead of trying to move everything around with the steering wheel. And we have a little cul-de-sac right up here outside of our property. And just to show you the turning radius on a coach that is this length, I'm going to show you how that looks while you're behind the wheel in this 2024 Dutch Star. Just going to go up to this little grassy island, and then I will begin my turn, cranking that steering wheel all the way around. And you can see it is really, really a nice maneuvering vehicle. I don't have to do any 3-point backup turn or anything like that. I don't know what the dimension is of the space that we just did that in, but actually pretty tight for a coach of this length. And as you can see, it handled it very nicely. Now with the tow vehicle behind this, and again, I said that this has a 15,000 pound tow capacity, you might have to maneuver just a little bit differently, but really not much, because the tow vehicle, let's face it, is going to follow you where you're going. So with that, we're driving through our parking lot here. I have a couple of screens here, one where you see the radio displays. I would have the navigation there as well. In this one I have the camera. So if I turn a blinker onto the right, we can see a camera view here down the right side of the coach. One of the first things I did, besides getting my seat positioned for my comfort in driving, was to set my mirrors outside. Now the two mirrors at the top on the outside are powered. I can adjust those from inside the coach. However, the two lower mirrors I had to manipulate from the outside, just getting them set again for safety in my driving. I'll be turning left here, and again, it's a 2-lane road, but I'm going to take you on a different 2-lane road just to give you the feel of a coach of this length. Very easy. We have a very quiet ride in this coach too, which is awesome. And if you've never done this before, the perspective of a Class A coach going across the United States is unbelievable as far as this panoramic view that one gets by sitting behind the wheel or in the passenger seat as Katie is today. just a pleasurable drive. And again, with the comfort drive system, setting that tension differently versus a low speed than a high speed as highway driving, where you might have more wind gusts, high profile vehicles that would pass us, that might give us that little wind push or shift. I'm going to change that. Now I'm getting alert that I crossed the line just a little bit without having turned on a blinker. So another safety feature of the coach. I'm going to ward against that so we don't have that happen again, or ongoing, if you will. And again, this is a tight little road. And we're going to come to a little roundabout here also. So again, with a 44-foot coach, we'll see how that we can maneuver that particular situation in this coach. Tight turn here, but then into the roundabout. And we'll be taking that first exit out of the roundabout. And I do have, again, high, medium, low stage brakes on this coach. And very nicely. No wheel scrub on the curb or anything like that. And again, another tight, maneuverable situation where we made it through just fine. Now the Dutch Star is at it's not in the Highline Luxury for Newmar. It's one step above this. You'd go to the Mountain Air. That's considered part of your Highline vehicles. This still remains on the lower side of their offerings for your diesel pushers, although you really can't go wrong with this coach because it has so many wonderful features. Full tile floor throughout the coach. No carpet anywhere. You have the hydraulic slides in the coach. It has dishwasher. You have the heated tile floors. Besides all the driving capabilities and again the safety features that are on this coach, just a lot of luxury at this level of vehicle that Newmar offers us. So in just a little bit we will be hitting the highway. But again, I just have two hands on the steering wheel, not because I have to, just because that's what I chose to do at that particular time. I'm going to make a right turn up here at the light. And I will be changing the setting in the comfort drive for highway. And I can do that on the fly while we're driving. Again, I've got a little low setting just for low speed driving here. That is in preparation for getting on the highway. We will turn that up to a little bit different tension in that steering wheel. So again, it's going to maintain centering of the coach as you're driving down the road. All to make it very easy. With the comfort drive system, one of the major things is, if you choose to do it, you can tend to drive a lot longer without getting a lot of tension in your shoulders, in your neck, because it frankly is just so easy to drive. You're not fighting that steering wheel every bit of the way. And again, in preparation for doing that highway drive, I'm going to take us down to the steering effort in the steering wheel. In the smart wheel, I'm selecting, because it's highlighted, the steering effort, I'm selecting the comfort drive, and as you can see, we're at the bottom, are a low setting. We'll call that low tension, and I'm going to increase that. And as you drive the vehicle, or as anybody drives the vehicle, they kind of get a feel for where they like it most. I kind of like it just above that middle area, if you will. We used to have those numbers in the display. Now it's just really the scale that we're looking at. And I am getting ready to merge onto the highway. We've got some 18-wheelers, quite a bit of traffic today. But again, no problem with this particular coach in driving, being safe. The weather today is beautiful. We don't have a lot of wind, but a little bit. As we see the flag, one of the flags here, this orange one, we can see the wind for us is coming from the west and going to the east. So we do have a bit of a side wind on the coach. But again, very easy to drive. As you see, I still have one hand on that wheel. To change the exhaust brake, it's on the lever here on the right. So I can put it into a low stage brake by going up, turn it completely off in the total up position on this. And then to change it to a medium setting, I just simply click it down one, and we're in medium, shows right in the display. And then if I want to go to a high stage exhaust brake, all the way to the bottom. For the purpose of driving now, I'm just going to put it medium on the coach. But hopefully the video is doing the noise justice in the coach, because it's very quiet as far as the ride. The ride is very, very nice in the coach. And whenever I do have a lot of traffic or bigger vehicles I see that are coming up on my left, as I can see that, I do tend to cheat a little bit to the right, so that's why we're hearing that little bit of noise there. But again, all with the intent of safety for you and your passengers, for your family, those members that are going along with you. And we have the adaptive cruise control here. So because of the setting we have here, as people pull in front of me, I'm getting a little alert that there's a car in front of me. And it's just letting me know that in following them, I have so many seconds between myself and them if they come in front of me. Just again, as another safety feature of the coach. And when they're, see the truck pulled in there, and I must have a pretty sensitive setting because he was pretty far away, yet I still got an alert that somebody's moving in. But again, my hand, one hand on the steering wheel, very comfortable as I'm driving the coach. I think Katie would agree that I'm not scaring her. I hope that she's not scared in any way, because we're going 62 miles per hour right now. And I'll go up to about 65 while driving the vehicle. But just a nice, easy drive. Now, in the windshield, you can see that we have the daytime shade here, and it's partial way down just so that we don't have the sun in our face. If we're facing the sun, it filters that. I can put the nighttime shade down to a certain position without going all the way to the bottom, of course, which would impair my vision in the coach, so we won't do that. But we can take away certainly a lot of sun by putting that down. Another flag is an indicator of the wind here. Again, same thing that we saw in the other flag. The wind blowing a bit from the west to the east, which is to my left. We're actually headed south, and I will take this exit. We'll go on a little bit of a country road, double lane, as we drive here. But for people who've not driven a coach of this size, or maybe even a Class A coach, I just want you to know how easy the driving experience is. Have a large truck passing me now. Don't feel any kind of wind push or anything, again with the comfort drive system. Turning my right blinker on so that I have visibility on the right side. So if a car were in that view, I would see the car there besides utilizing my mirrors. And the exhaust brake is now engaging, and I don't have my foot on the brake pedal, but the coach is being slowed down by that exhaust brake. So if you're descending the mountains in Colorado and you don't want to just ride on that brake, that exhaust brake becomes very, very handy. I will say that in a small town such as the one that we're in, which is called Peculiar, Missouri. We may even see a sign, and I don't know if it's there, but we may even see a sign that says no engine or exhaust brake. And it's really for the residents, because you do get some noise in the back when that engine brake does apply. And as such, you know, it's pretty loud, and so they don't want to disturb, you know, the folks who are in their homes and everything like that. So some of the smaller towns, municipalities, and so forth will have an indicator that no exhaust brake, and I haven't seen any. Probably would have seen it on the other side as I'm entering into the city rather than now. But I can't really explain to you any further than what I'm showing you here with the drive, how really easy it is to maneuver this coach. And it makes the whole drive enjoyable. So we have a steerable tag axle, which I didn't mention when we were taking that very, very tight turn. So as I was turning the steering wheel here, the very rear axle, or the tag axle, was also turning in the same direction as the front tires. So it made that turn much tighter and gave us the ability to turn much tighter in this coach than if it had not had that particular feature. So Newmar's been using that technology for some time now. I want to say it's been since about 2016 that they've started using that. And it's made the drive even better than it was before, and it really was never bad. And I've been driving these for a very long time now. I'll just let Katie give you a view of what we're seeing here so you can kind of get a vision in your mind of how it would be to drive a coach down the highway while you're on your family vacation or destination. Maybe you're going to the Speedway because you're a NASCAR fan. Maybe you're just going on a family vacation to camp or see the sights. With this size coach, you wouldn't be able to stay in most state or national campgrounds. However, most of the campgrounds of that nature have a place to stay outside the perimeter of them, so you still get to use things like your generator to keep the coach cool. You don't have any kind of quiet time or quiet hour as many of those state and national parks do, because they don't want you to disturb the wildlife after a certain time at night. And then many of them, while they're wonderful to see, my suggestion is to utilize your tow vehicle to do your exploring and to come back to home base outside the perimeter of the parks. So we're on our way back, and as I mentioned, this is the 2024 Newmar Dutch Star. $43.69 is the floor plan, the number one selling coach for Newmar, and the Dutch Star is the number one selling coach in the country, and it has been for several years now. So a lot of luxury, I think, is the reason for that, that's built into this coach at the particular price point, and very comfortable. So depending on one's budget, you can get a lot of the amenities that are important to you at this level of coach, rather than spending another $500,000 or more. And it's a joy to drive. I'd say I've been driving the Dutch Star probably now for about, 10 years actually. So I was in it in the days before it had the full tile floors, had some carpet in it, before it had the Girard awnings on the roof that deploy from the roof top instead of the awnings that come from the side of the coach. And it has evolved into just a really, really nice, luxurious coach. And this one's available. So I would say that if you're interested in this coach, give me a call. Again, my name is Dwayne Pinnell. My phone number, and I do text. You can email me, call me, whatever's convenient for you. My phone number, 816-516-5312. And my email is dwayne.pinnell@transwest.com. I hope to hear from you. I hope you like this video and that you will make me a favorite so that you can keep track of the videos that I do for you as a benefit for you, and also so you can get to know me a little bit before we make the communication, and hopefully I can earn your business and we have a long relationship now and into the future. Maybe if you have friends or family that you know are looking for a coach, you can send them my way. I always appreciate that, and I appreciate my customers very much, and I answer my phone, which I think is a big deal nowadays. I want to thank you for your time today. We're kind of coming to a conclusion of the drive here. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, it's a little bit different video than I've done before, but thought it beneficial for you. And certainly if you've never ridden in or driven a Class A RV, wanted to give you that feeling of what it's like. And the Dutch Star, again, is kind of in the middle of the pack as far as Newmar is concerned. Just beneath it is the Ventana. We have the Canyon Star, which is a front engine diesel coach, and also the Country Star, and the North Star actually is going to be a 2025 model. Above the Dutch Star, or kind of at the same level, but still on the luxury side, would be the New Air, a 35-foot coach, 450 horsepower engine, the Mountain Air, the London Air, the Essex, and the King Air at the very top. And then, of course, we can't forget the gas coaches, which are the Bay Star Sport and the Bay Star, and then the Super Cs, the Superstar, and the Supreme Air, its big brother. So again, I'm Dwayne. Hope you've enjoyed the time with me today. I've enjoyed creating it for you. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great day.